Yo, what's up, guys? This is Poducer, the podcast for producers. Today we're sitting down with Nic Baker at Solar Tide. I should probably say that too. We're here at Solar Tide.
Poducer.
What is a Nic Baker? And I'll hand you guys the mic. If anyone wants to take this one.
Yeah, so from what I remember, how it came up, we were like at the bar and we were kind of just like with a couple homies and we were just kind of like naming off like names, blah blah blah. We were basically mocking brick squash.
Okay.
That's about this as straightforward you can do it. So like we originally wanted to do kilo zucchini, but the name struck a few chords on certain people. So we went trying to figure out what we want to do. So we wanted to do something like kilo zucchini. So we're like a kilo, like a Nic bag of like weed.
See, this is terminology I don't know.
Yeah. And then
Nic bag is
Like the smallest form of like baggie you can buy on the streets, like brick squash. Like they're selling bricks, so we're like, all right, because they got a little upset about the kilo zucchini name. So it's the opposite of a brick, a Nic bag, like a dime bag.
Who was getting upset about this name? Was it friends? Family?
It was their manager, but she's later apologized to us because they actually thought the name was funny. But it's great. It's a great joke. We liked Nic Baker too because it sounded like one name. And so when people would see it on the internet, they'd think, oh, this is one person, but literally it's just us two idiots.
For sure. Okay, so, a lot of times the questions about names are stupid because sometimes people are like, yeah, I just thought of it and I'm like, oh.
Yeah,
That's a big story,
Yeah, we actually have a backstory for it.
Yeah, no, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
I don't have a backstory for my own moniker at all. One day I just decided to do it. So, yeah, I don't know. Do you really have a backstory for yours?
Yeah,
or
actually,
Vibe. It's kind of like a vibe.
Yeah, so my last name is blank, and I was going through Google Translate and going through all of them, and I came across French, and it spelled out what I thought said Vide. I later learned it was Vide, and I've been pronouncing it wrong the whole time. But hey, you know what? We're rolling with it. I'm Vide, so.
Yeah.
I think Vide sounds better than Vide anyways. So.
Yeah, way better.
So I guess we should also say the 1/2 Inspector, 1/2 Vide, just in case people didn't know that. I wanted to talk about your set. I'm curious kind of what do you guys aim to do with the Nic Baker project, both DJing and producing? What would you call that set?
I mean, it's a lot of genres of stuff, but in the easiest of terms that I've came across and talked to people about who like this kind of music is bass club.
Okay.
But there's also just it's a lot of genres. We're playing jungle, we're playing electro, playing footwork, we're playing just weird acid breaks kind of stuff, and a lot of stuff doesn't really have a genre name for it, but a lot of the stuff is bass driven and very heavy old drums, analog driven stuff. So yeah, that's about it. If you want to say something,
I think it's also worth chiming in that the whole idea for us to start this project was I grew up in Baltimore. He grew up here in Chicago. My first exposure to electronic music was Baltimore Club on the rap radio in the early 2000s, and it was the same for him, Chicago playing footwork in the early 2000s. So it's we initially actually bonded over that, the fact that our first exposures were our regional versions of club music, and so we kind of sought after recreating that in a more modern sense, and then kind of putting our own spin on it. But as we've gotten more and more into this lane, we're into techno now, all kinds of stuff, and just anything that was really made early in the electronic music days on all analog gear stuff we're really into.
It's a mixed bag.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying. How did you guys meet? Do you remember? Is it internet friends first?
yeah. I was gonna say, I
this
don't
is-
remember when we met, but I
So-
know that story.
So he was managed by one of the people of 40 Ounce at the time, and he did a bootleg remix of one of my tracks, like him as Inspector. And so I get thrown in a group chat with him and his manager at the time, which was friends with his manager, but I had no idea who this kid was. And they sent me a remix, and I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, yeah, like, let me master it. And then I totally, like, forgot about it for, like, 6 months. And then they started blowing me up, like, hey, can you, like, do this? And I was like
2 months.
Was it 2 months?
It was like 2 months.
Okay,
It might have been like a month.
I feel a lot better about that now.
I didn't care. I think Hunter cared.
Hunter cared. But, yeah, so we ended up becoming friends through that. I thought this kid was funny on the internet. And then he came to Philadelphia one time over the pandemic, and we just hit it off like best friends right away. And yeah, it's kind of weird. That doesn't normally happen.
The rest is history.
A lot of crazy shit happened to this man's car too, you know.
The car?
Yeah,
What happened to the car?
my tire popped, like, literally. I just, like, the Philly potholes are so insane.
It's like a bathtub.
Yeah, the potholes there have, like, teeth, bro. They'll just take a chunk out of your car. And I was literally, what did I go, like, half a mile?
I think it was like a half a mile.
Yeah, and, like, my car was out, and we were, like, in the parking lot of a casino, like, trying to change my tire. This is, like, the first time we ever meet. We're trying to go to some, like, what was it? Some, like, DIY, like, punk show or something?
Yeah, something weird. And then like we were like with like my friend Macklin, and he was like calculating the dimensions of his garage to see if
my car could fit in his garage.
And it was so amazing.
I don't think I've ever changed a tire, and I feel like not so much of a man because I don't know what I would do. Luckily, we have the internet. You can do that, but haven't had that happen. Knock on wood. This is not wood, but you know, we'll be fine. It's my only superstition. Knocking on wood. Do you guys?
Wait, you never had a flat tire before?
I've never had a flat tire.
That's fucked up.
That's actually insane.
That's insane.
Watch. I'm gonna drive home now, and it's gonna happen. Knock on real wood for me. Thank you. Do you guys? Speaking of superstitions, do you have any superstitions?
When we play sets, the one thing is we have to be the same level as fucked up while we're playing. So it's like one of us is sober and one of us isn't. Like, it's not going to work. We're going to play the worst set you have ever seen. So we have to be like the same level.
Yeah.
How do you get that? You guys check each other like, oh, like your eyes are kind of glassy. Like we're at the same level.
It's definitely, it's like if we're there before, because he doesn't drink anymore.
I stopped drinking, so it's definitely made that a lot harder.
Yeah, and I really like drinking. But I mean, I'm from the Midwest. I have it in my blood.
I get it.
It's
I
tough.
feel you.
But I don't drink as much as I used to, and I feel better about myself about it.
That's good.
So I'll take that.
Okay.
When I do drink, I like to drink a lot.
We like to have fun at these shows. I mean,
responsibly.
also you walk into the green room and they got free drinks. You got a rider.
Yes.
Kind of hard to like let those go to waste. I was curious because so little known fact, I interviewed Vide over Skype. Back in the Skype days, Discord wasn't a thing. And this was like when I first started doing the podcast, and just hit him up on the internet. Hey man, you want to talk? And I don't even know what we talked about. I honestly should go back and listen. But the question is, who's been in the game longer?
Oh, him.
Oh, me, yeah.
By a mile.
Yeah, I think I was like, when he started producing, I was already like flying across the country to like play shows. Like, this kid's gotten good really fast. Like, let's not put my experience as like a huge like thing over him. Like,
it's not about time, it's about quality of time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's definitely a thing where it's like, he obviously has way more knowledge on like mixing down and things, and like I learn a lot from that. I feel like my overall vision when I like go in to make a track is just like ultimately like, can this song be good? Like, can the idea be good? And then we can, you know, get everything else done and in the later in the time. I feel like that's the way like I outlook on tracks. But it's like, yeah, I've been doing it for way less longer than him. Probably like 8 years. Like, you've been doing it for what? Like 12 years?
Yeah.
More than that? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, releasing wise, like 8, but like actual production, I've been doing that since 2011. So like, yeah, going on 13.
Yeah, so you got like 6 years on me.
Yeah, like I'm fucking grandpa over here.
Grandpa status.
Yeah.
Hey, that's not bad. I do just have like a boilerplate question that I ask everyone. And I probably asked you because I think I was doing this, but anyway, we'll rehash it. What was your first show? Like not the first show you played, but the first show you went to.
Oh, the first show I went to was Green Day, American Idiot in 2006 in Peoria, Illinois. Yes. Really good show. But my night was ruined because me and my dad drove down and ate at home.
Flat tire.
No, even worse. I had a white Green Day lot shirt that my dad bought me outside the show because we were staying at a hotel like right across the street. He bought me a white Green Day shirt. We go and eat Home Run Inn pizza before, and I get a huge pizza sauce stain on my white shirt, and it ruined my night. And it was also my birthday. It was my 10th birthday, I think.
10th birthday?
Or no, 8th birthday. 8th birthday.
So you were young.
I was young.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Very specific trauma in my life.
Yeah.
My first concert, I do remember you asking me this actually, but I saw Motley Crue with my mom. I might have been like 10 years old maybe. I don't know. She was like really into like 80s hair metal, and when I started playing guitar as a kid, I was into that too because that was like the music I grew up hearing from her. So we went to like that concert and it was really cool. And then I actually ended up seeing Slayer with her too, like 2 years later, which was, yeah, dude, my mom's sick, but like, yeah.
It really kickstarted your heart.
Yeah, dude. Great track. Okay, I remember what I was going to ask. Whenever you got duos, you got trios, whatever, an interesting thing, in my opinion, is splitting up work. And how do you guys normally split up the work? Is one person more the producer? Is one person more the mixer? Is one person more the DJ?
So we work on a Monday through Friday schedule, like kind of thing. Like weekdays are kind of, we do whatever we want as far as music wise, but it's like Monday, Wednesday, Friday is like Nic Baker days. Tuesday, Thursday is like the days we focus on our solo stuff. And as far as actually like writing the tracks, I say it's a good 50-50. I mean, we each write them separately in our own rooms, and then like we're roommates as well. So we'll just airdrop the tracks to each other and like fucking.
It's really easy to do that.
Yeah. So we'll do that. But once it gets to the final stage, I normally handle all the mixing and mastering, but he handles all the like visuals, like the album art and like the other assets. So it's like that workload gets balanced in that aspect. So like it's not like one person doing everything. And for sets, I'd say it's like fucking 50-50 straight up.
Yeah,
like
it's pretty 50-50, yeah. Definitely, we have some things that are planned, and like if one of us like really wanted to do something and it's like a planned part, it's like usually we'll just let that person who did it do it because they're stoked on it. So it's like, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Whoever's got the energy for it. In terms of Nic Baker versus your guys' solo careers, where does it sit in terms of priority comparably? Like, is Nic Baker turning up and it's like we're getting a lot of bookings for this, let's go with this? Or are you guys pretty...
I mean, at the end of the day, like we definitely prioritize Nic Baker over our solo projects, in my opinion. Definitely. But it's like I still work on solo stuff. I still like making solo stuff. So, but it's like it's way more fun to do Nic Baker sets.
Yeah,
In my opinion.
I would just say, like, I don't know if there is necessarily a set priority to, like, do one more than the other, but we've been having so much fun doing the Nic Baker stuff that it's like, I don't even want to stop. Like, we'll come over and it'll be, like, say, solo days. Half the time I'm like, I don't even want to work on this shit. Like, I want to, like, make more, like, clever stuff with him. And but we got to stay strict on the schedule, but... Yeah. I don't know. It's just been a lot more fun, I will say.
Yeah, I mean, whenever something's fun, I feel like you got to follow that because it's like, it's so easy to get burnt out being like, oh, I got to release, I got to do this. So I totally understand that.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'll also add that I feel like we made the Nic Baker project because we did feel very burnt out on our solo projects at the time. We were really getting into like more clubbier stuff, more breaks, and like stuff like that. So I feel like it was a good, us just kind of rejuvenating and like finding another passion and love for making music.
For sure. What does the future look like for Nic Baker?
We definitely are going to have a lot more techno stuff coming in the future. We're not good at it yet, but we're getting there. And that's definitely like, I want to incorporate a lot more of that. But techno is so hard to make, dude. It's like, you'd think like something that's so loopy and repetitive is easy. It's not at all. And it's like,
I feel like that rumble kick, just perfecting that is tough. Is there anyone out there that you guys would like compare yourself to, that you're doing a similar thing? So I don't know how it is getting bookings and stuff, but I feel like people know you, so they're like, oh, we want to get these guys because they're cool, you know? But at the same time, I feel like if you were a new artist doing what you're doing, it might be kind of tough. I mean, what do you think? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know that it definitely helps because we have our own like respective solo projects and like we've gotten bookings, we played around the country and all that. But yeah, it's definitely tough sometimes when it's like, we get a booking and, we look at the lineup and we're like, no one's doing anything similar to what we're doing.
Yeah.
So it is like a little hard. It's a little like, we hope the crowd's going to like it sometimes because, it is a lot of energy. It's a lot of new stuff, especially for people that, come to shows and want to see bass music.
For sure.
So
I guess a lot of the stuff, going to the inspiration stuff you were talking about, is we're really inspired by like what's happening in our area on the East Coast. I'd say a lot of this music is really starting to break out in New York and Philadelphia. Like there's a lot of like great locals in our areas that we can just go and see on a regular basis, whether it's Jersey Club, techno, or whatever. There's like warehouse shows all the time. So I think honestly, us living there has a huge part of like that bleeding into our sound. And like, as well as like, obviously like there's Nicky Nair, like the Pretty Weird artists, like DJ Swisher, Kush Jones, that kind of stuff. Like
Bastion Goat.
Like that's actually, we got a DM saying that, we reminded them as Bastion Goat, which is, I guess, a good comparison. That's one I never thought of till yesterday when we got that. But
no, I didn't think about that. I was also like very honored by that.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
One of my favorites. So.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But like, is there anything like some surprise little things that are going to be coming out in the future?
Nothing that I feel like we can actually say.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, we can.
But can we say it? I don't know.
Yeah, we're coming. We have a jungle track coming out on a UK white label. There's only going to be like 100 copies of it made. I think it's supposed to come out in September.
Yeah.
And it has like a couple artists we're really into, like 99 Nissan Patrol and like Tim Reaper. But it's like, it's going to be 100 copies. So I feel like by the time we accept the like collab post on Instagram, like, because they're probably going to drop it at 5 a.m. on the East Coast. By the time we accept the post and wake up, it's going to be sold out. And like every one of our like American fans are going to be like, the hell.
Yeah, we're going to have to really like let the people know and probably, let them know to save a little bit of money for shipping because it'll probably be like $30 to get it shipped too, depending on how much it already is like in pounds, which is already more expensive than a dollar.
And it's not even getting a digital release too. It's going to be like physical only and that's it.
Cool, guys. Well, I don't really have anything else for you. We could do one. I'd do a wrap-up question, which is, what was your favorite concert? And we can just say, like, what was your favorite concert in the last, like, little bit? Like, what was a show that you saw, or maybe you were sitting on the side of the stage watching someone DJ, like, damn, this is dope.
Probably for me, I would say the Pretty Weird back-to-back in New York that I went to. I think it was in November.
Pretty Weird's the group?
Yeah, so it was Nicky Nair back-to-back Chloe Robinson back-to-back DJ HG. And they played from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m.
Whoa.
And I was there pretty much open to close for it, and it was amazing. I had a really fun time there. All my friends left. I was just there by myself at the end of the night.
Yeah.
That's how much I couldn't leave.
I actually just went to this warehouse party in Philadelphia. They have this thing called Making Time. They throw a festival once a year, and they also throw like monthly warehouse parties. But they had Board Lord and James Bangura, and like same thing. It was 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. and I was there the whole time because I was having so much fun. And we recently went to this little forest rave where we saw this Philly local Julesy. She makes like awesome club music, and like her set was so sick that we were getting rained on in the forest, and like we were like, I don't want to leave. Like the only reason we left is because we were like, yo, we might get hypothermia.
Yeah, we were like just get sick in general.
Yeah.
It's like we couldn't afford to like get sick because we had too much shit coming up.
Right. We had like this and a couple other shows. So,
Yeah.
but like, yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah.
Wawa versus Sheets. Oh, Wawa, dude. Well, okay, here's the thing.
I was like, hold on.
So I got to ask Wawa versus Sheets. This is a very complex question. So it really all depends on your state of mind. If you're more towards inebriated, Sheets, no question, because it's got the fried food, like it's great.
Sauces.
The crazy sauces, like it's definitely great drunk munchy foods. But like if it's like 3 p.m. middle of the day, I'm going Wawa. But like both of them need to be put above every other like kind of gas station because you can count on either of them for a clean bathroom on a long road trip.
Rofo though.
You cannot count on a clean bathroom from Rofo, bro.
Yeah.
Some of them Baltimore City ones are crazy.
Little regional spice there. Cool, guys. Well, thank you so much for sitting down and talking to me. Yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed. We'll catch you next time.
Thanks for having us.
Peace.